Hi, I'm the Global Runner and I'm trying to break 2:30 in the marathon aged 50, with the first step to be going under 72 minutes in the half marathon. Those who've been following my journey will know that I was sick over the last couple of weeks, and that prevented me from running or at least completing the Houston Marathon, and has seriously impacted my preparations for the Mesa Marathon. However, this week I was finally able to get back to running. In this episode, it gets cold, and I'm in cold.
Well, this is what -25 looks like.
I do more pool running in a week than I've ever done before. I try and fail at a track session, and I escape to the sun. So in this episode, we've got more than a week's training to look at, but really there wasn't a ton of running because I was super sick. I had to go on antibiotics and an inhaler, and I think I had bronchitis. So I really wasn't able to get much running at all done. So you can see that I was heavy on the alternate training. So I did a lot of bike riding, I did a lot of elliptical, and I did a ton of pool running. And pool running, I hope, is going to be my secret weapon in my upcoming half marathon in Mesa. And I'm hoping that the strength that I obtain from the pool running is going to serve me well. But really, Mesa is going to be like a free hit for me. I'm just going to go out and see what happens. And if it works well, then that's great. And if it doesn't work well, then that's also great. I'm just trying to get over this chest infection. And it really took me way longer than I hoped for, and significantly longer than I wanted it to. But there's not much you can do when it's on your lungs. You've just got to let it work its way through. And the antibiotics didn't do a great job of getting rid of it, but eventually I got an inhaler, and that seems to have calmed it down. So I think I'm able to run now, and finally towards the end of the week I was able to push an 8k session, which was actually not too bad. So I'm hoping that I can actually run on Saturday and not embarrass myself at all. So that said, let's have a look at some of the bigger sessions throughout the week.
Day 2 of seeing if I have got over my chest infection, and we're down at the track, and I understand that there's nothing better for a lung infection than freezing fog. Look at that. What a day to come and do a moody track session. So the session today is going to be just an introductory one. We're going to do a bit of a warm-up, then we're going to do 2 by kilometre, 2 by 800, 2 by 600, 2 by 400, 2 by 200. Ordinarily, I'd have some specific paces I wanted to hit, but given where we are in terms of getting over sickness, I just want to move the legs, turn the legs a little bit, and I'm not going to worry about the pace. Plus, it's absolutely freezing. We've done my K reps and I'm changing shoes. I've got to say, that was a bit of a struggle. Still feel it here. So I'm just going to be kind to myself. I can definitely feel the lungs, so I'm just going to enjoy the feeling of going faster and not worry about the times at all. So it's Saturday and I'm driving around doing some errands, and I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit disappointed over the track session yesterday. It's really was one that absolutely kicked my backside, and it shouldn't have. So that's disappointing. Like, I was hoping I would be over this sickness by now, and clearly I'm not over this sickness. So I guess the advantage of age is that you get wiser, and I think back in the day, I would have gone out today and tried it again, or punished myself for having not done that session by doing a harder session today. Clearly that is not the right approach. I'm going to take a complete rest day today. I'm going to do absolutely nothing and see where we are tomorrow. Like, number one priority has to be to make sure that I'm over this in 8 days' time when the race comes around. And that has to be the number one priority above everything else. Okay, so today is cold by anyone's definition of that phrase. It is a heated seat, heated steering wheel type of day. So I'm off to find a treadmill. Okay, so West Ham don't play till tomorrow. They play Chelsea, which means I had to have some inferior football teams to watch on the treadmill. We've got Arsenal, Man City at the minute, and I'm about to up the pace and see how it feels. Okay, that was definitely a bit more encouraging. I can still feel it on my chest, but I did 4 miles at like any old pace, then 4 miles at 6:40 a mile, which is 4:10 a kilometre, and then 2 miles at 6 minutes a mile, which is 3:43 a kilometre. So I'm happy with that. It's good to get a sweat on. I didn't want to push it too far. Recovery is the key. So I think those 10 miles will be good for me mentally, and let's get recovered. If anyone tries to tell you that minus 25 isn't that bad, don't believe them. We got a wind blowing in my face here and my contact lenses are sticking to my eyes. Like, that's why my eyes are watering. My contact lenses are like sticking to them, and anytime, the first time you step outside, everyone coughs. Like, the cold air at the back of your throat just makes everyone cough. So if you stand outside a door, everyone exits and immediately coughs. It's crazy. And then your throat gets used to it after a while. But it is time to get in the car. Look at this as well. I walked outside with my wet shorts for about 30 seconds and they've frozen solid. They're stiff as a board. Okay, so it's Wednesday, which is the day before I go to Phoenix, and I want to do some over-unders. So I've done a warm-up in my Peg Turbos, trusty Peg Turbos, and then I'm going to change into the Pro 4s, the race day shoes, just to bring them in a little bit more, and it's 8k of effort today. So we got 1k at 6 minute miling, which is 3:43 a kilometre, and then straight into the fast K at 5:30 a mile, which is 3:25 a kilometre. Then back to 6, then back to fast. So we've got sort of rolling efforts.